everyone, a parabola x squared equals 10y and a line y equals x plus a intersect at 2 points P and Q. When the line segment PQ equals 4 times square root of 5, we're going to find the value of a. So this a right here. So let's look at this. Since they intersect at 2 points, we can set them equal to each other. We have x squared equal 10y, and our y is x plus a. So we can use substitution and solve for this. This is going to give you x squared equals 10x plus 10a. Now let's set this to 0. We're going to get x squared minus 10x minus 10a equals 0. So this is going to be equation 1. All right. Now let's get our points P and Q. So P is going to be, we're going to have x sub 1. That's going to be our first point. And our y is equal to x plus a. So instead of y sub 1, we're just going to put x sub 1 plus a. And then for our point Q, we're doing the same thing, but it's going to be 0.2. So this is like 0.2. So this would be x sub 2. And our y is going to be x sub 2 plus a when I use the substitution. So therefore, by relationship between our roots and coefficients, our roots are going to be x sub 1 and x sub 2 of our equation 1 here. So these are going to be your roots. So looking at our relationship here, x sub 1 plus x sub 2 equals negative b divided by a. So this is your b, negative 10. So that's going to be positive 10 now divided by 1. And your product of your roots, x sub 1 times x sub 2, is going to equal c over a. So that's going to equal negative 10a. Because we have an a here. All right. So now that we have that, we can do the distance formula for PQ. And that's going to equal, let's see, the square root. And then we're just going to take our points. So we're going to have x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared. And these are your y values. So you can put plus x sub 2 plus a minus x sub 1 minus a squared. All right. And what's going to happen is these two a's are going to cancel, and you're going to get the length of q equals square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared. All right. Now that we have that, that means we have two of these. And since we have two of these, we can write this as P Q equals 2 times, now right here, our x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared is the same as x sub 1 minus x sub 2 squared. Because if you expand them, the only difference is the a squared and the b squared get switched. So I'm going to write this due to our relationship between the roots and coefficients. I'm going to write this as square root of 2 times x sub 1 minus x sub 2 squared. All right, now that I have that, I'm going to look at this and expand it this way. All right, so, and you'll see in a minute, what we're going to do is write this as just x sub 1 minus x sub 2 squared equals x sub 1 plus x sub 2 squared minus 4 times x sub 1 times x sub 2. All right, so let me remind you what we had. We had x sub 1 plus x sub 2 was 10, and x sub 1 times x sub 2 was negative 10a. So let's substitute that in, and I'm just using these factoring facts here. So we're going to get 10 squared minus 4 times negative 10a. Now this is going to give you equals 100 plus 40a. Therefore, the length of my line segment PQ is going to equal the square root of, we still have this 2 here, 2 times 100 plus 40a. Now this is going to equal square root of 40 times 5 plus 2a. So I just factored out a 40. All right, now to simplify that, remember your 40 can be written as 4 times 10. So you take the square root of that. That means I can factor out a 2 and get square root of 10 times 5 plus 2a. Now, I'm going to go ahead and remember that, and remember our PQ length equals 4 square root of 5. So that's what we're going to do next. We have 2 square root of 10 times 5 plus 2a equals 4 square root of 5. All right, so basically what happens is divide both sides by 2, so that makes that 2. So now, when you square both sides, you're going to get 10 times, there should be a parentheses, 5 plus 2a equals 4 times 5, which is 20. So let's see what we get. We're going to get 50 plus 20a equals 20. Therefore, 20a equals negative 30. And solving for a, you're going to get a equals negative 3 divided by 2. You can go ahead and cancel these zeros out right away and just divide by 2. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.